What's going on, peeps? My second video today. Bonafide Hustler here, sitting in my office, and I'm going to show you guys the 10 things that I found while I was on vacation. So if you looked at the previous video, I went on a trip for 2 weeks. The premise of the trip was to see my family, to do some soul searching, to do a lot of active stuff, spend time with my wife, and go to some really amazing places. I went to California, Arizona, Colorado. In the midst of that, in order to write the trip off, right, I had to do a couple things, right? One was resell some stuff, okay? So resell some stuff, and then another way I could write off the trip was to take shots for my private label brand, which is coming out soon. So there are many ways I can write off the trip, but I had to do some reselling. Now, I wasn't forced to do any reselling. I actually wanted to do some reselling. So the things I'm going to show you in this video are things that I found from the trip. So we'll start it off with a find that I got from the San Diego swap meet, okay? And I'm going to be asking probably in the vicinity of, it's a tough one, somewhere between 60 and 80 bucks, okay? So hopefully you can hear me very clear real quick, because I didn't even do the sound check or anything like that. I'm talking through the microphone, so if you can hear me, please put in the chat that you can hear me. But yeah, so this is it right here. Bandana Converse high tops. So I like this. This was $5 over there, and I thought it was a really solid find. I mean, they look amazing. They are my size, which is the worst part about it, because I love the way these things look, and they're so simple. Like, it's such a timeless look, is just high top Converse. So no strings though, but I really think I can get 60 to 80 bucks, because there are you know, bandana ones that are green or whatever that are selling for around 60, right, with some shipping tacked onto it, that are low cut. They're not even the high top ones. And as you know, with Converse and high tops are typically a little bit harder to find. So anyways, that was the bandana high tops that I found from the San Diego swap meet. They were $5, okay, $5. When the guy was, I was like thinking he was gonna say 15 or 20 and whatever, but he was like $5. I immediately whipped out $5 and I gave it to him. Yeah, I could have talked him down, but when a deal is so good, you know, the guy's hustling, he's trying to make a living. I know I'll be making money on eBay on these, even without laces, and there's still even this little tag on it. So they're not new, but they are awfully, and I mean, they're in very, very good condition. In fact, I don't know if they've ever seen the ground before, ever. But why they don't have laces, I don't know. But that's okay, because people that buy these are probably going to put a different colored lace on it anyway. Who cares? I thought it was a pretty solid score. You should definitely look into you know, high top Converse, John Barbados Converse, themed Converse, themed Vans, slip-on Vans, things like that have great markets. They're a little bit different than the normal thing, okay? Like the normal thing of this would just be a solid color high top, and yeah, like there are a billion blue ones, a billion red ones, a billion black ones. But when it comes to bandana ones, there aren't a billion of those. So, you know, I think I have something pretty decent here. So then I could command 60 to 80 instead of selling for the normal $30 to $45 price that a majority of them that are single colored would shake out for. So anyways, yes, I went on a cheddar quest. That's what Team Tycoon said. This is my official Bonafide Hustler merchandise. Look, it says it right here. It's one of the links down below. It says official Bonafide Hustler merchandise. But yeah, this is the official cheddar quest shirt. As you guys know, every Saturday I go to garage sales, but with the exception of when I'm on the road, which it coincided with this trip that I was on the road every Saturday, which sucked. That means garage sales were going off. I couldn't be there because I had to drive across the country or to different locations. But yeah, the cheddar weather shirt basically shows you every single Saturday in my life, outside of vacation time, I go garage selling, even into the Thanksgiving holiday, even into, like, you know, Christmas time. Like, I go hustling to garage sales every Saturday. I usually videotape it, but it is a cheddar quest. I'm looking for money, and I love doing it. So got a shirt that commemorates that. We have a bicycle here, a bunch of dollar signs, like the Pac-Man would go around eating up dollar signs. We have a vlogging camera right here, my SUV right there. Yeah, so by purchasing one of these shirts, which is down below, you can go check it out. There's actually like 6 different designs of all kinds of random shirts, but you can actually support the channel by getting a cheddar weather shirt or a cheddar quest shirt, or any of the other shirts that you see there. So yeah, I thought this was pretty good. So pay attention, like I'm saying right now, do not buy every single Converse or Vans that you come across, because they will get washed out. As big as the market is, like, it's just tough to move a single print kind of thing. But when they start getting crazy, or DC Comics or Metallica or Super Mario Brothers, Nintendo, all those kind of things, Kiss, Iron Maiden, that's when you should start paying attention. When the things start to get themed and they start looking all badass, then it's worth looking up on eBay. So that's a pretty good one right there. 60 to 80 bucks all day. That's the first find from vacation right there. San Diego swap meet. I had a red duffel bag on my shoulder. Like, I didn't have the cart or anything. And a swap meet in San Diego isn't an enclosed place, right? It's a place where a bunch of vendors and a bunch of rows of tables and vendors with shades and everything, like, they all get together in the stadium parking lot, right? And every single Saturday and Sunday, maybe even Friday, they have a swap meet, and it's just like a gigantic garage sale. It's awesome. I couldn't believe. I was thinking the entire time, like, there's so much opportunity right here for my booth, like my antique booth business, to make money. I just can't pop on everything, right? I didn't know how much to put in the duffel bag, blah, 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 blah. So, and I didn't want my SUV filled through the entire trip, although I actually kind of did fill it up with random stuff. But anyway, so that was the first find at the swap meet. Now here, one of the other things I found on at the swap meet is not here. It's actually in a bag that's in my brother's place, which is next door. But he's not home, so I can't get it. But it's a Nixon watch. I bought it for $5. It technically was the very first thing I popped on. As soon as I walked into the swap meet, a lot of times you'll find people that have just piles of stuff. It could be piles of Legos, piles of watches, piles of pens, piles of lighters, and just piles of stuff. And I was sifting through a watch pile, and it said any watch here, $1 to $5. Of course, the one that I picked out was $5. Damn it, you know. But I picked out a Nixon watch. I can't remember what it's called. It's not a Vega. It could be a Vega. It could be the Vega. Anyways, it's got a bunch of, like, it has an elastic band. It's pretty cool looking. 4 micro screw things, and there's a battery underneath, which I will replace. But that watch was $5. I really think I can get probably somewhere in the vicinity of 35 to 50. It's a first class rate. So I don't have the watch here, but if I can portray it to you, kind of looks like a watch that was like back in the 70s, a disco looking watch, or maybe 60s. But anyway, it has, the band is just as big as the face of the watch. It looks like a giant, like, rectangle with, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just really cool. It's a really cool looking watch. It's the white version. I think it's called the Vega. And yeah, I bought it for $5. I'll probably put a $3 battery that I can get at the store, and then I will, probably sell it for $35 or more, right? Another Nixon watch that you would never think would have a really good market. There's one called the Player. So go check that one out on eBay. Nixon the Player. It's the ugliest watch in the whole entire planet. It's so ugly, but it has such an interesting market. I don't know why people buy these things for like 40 or up, but they're so hideous. But anyways, as you are, if you're a reseller, right, you don't care about the reasons why, right? If the market shows that it's going to sell, it's a watch, especially, it's first class rate, like, that's great. So I think I sold a Nixon Player watch for like $39 or something like that, untested, no battery, good condition, bezel wasn't scratched up too much. But that was not too long ago. That was like maybe 8 months ago or something. So that kind of piqued my interest into Nixon watches. I already knew Nixon was a good brand to hustle, but when you see them at garage sales and stuff, you might just pass them by because you're like, oh, that's a dumb watch, or you might equate it to like Diesel or Fossil or Invicta, right, which are terrible brands of watches. Like, they just don't carry much resale. But certain Nixon watches carry some really interesting resale that you would never think. So think about that. First class rates every single time. 4 screws on the back on most of them. It's really easy to get the back off and put a new battery in if you want to. So that's the other thing. I don't have to show you. I don't have it here to show you. But anyways, hopefully you guys can see me. I hope you guys can. Okay, cool. Yeah, so Team Tycoons probably looked up the Nixon Player. It has such a funky shape. It's so weird. But I'm pretty sure I got a Vega watch at the swap meet. It's the white version. So if somebody can tell me what a working Vega goes for. I bought it blind, meaning I was just like, oh, cool, I've had a Nixon one that worked in the past. This one looks really good, $5. I'll probably be into it for $8. I'm thinking 35 or more. Someone look up the white Nixon Vega watch for me. Okay, so let's talk about the next find at the swap meet. This was a really killer find. I mean, my brother walked right past it, so that wasn't good. But what we have here is an Xbox Kinect in very good condition. In fact, it's new. Okay? It has a seal and everything. The guy's like, yeah, it's never been opened. It's got the seal. There should be 3 games inside the Xbox Kinect part. Fruit Ninja is one of them. There's a Gunslinger one, and there's something else, the Kinect Adventures. So I scanned it and everything, and it's scanned in at that time, decent rank, 114 after fees with FBA. Like I said, decent rank. I got into this for $20. I thought it was in pretty good shape. I will list it as new or like new, a little bit of corner wear, but it's not bad. But the actual thing is definitely sealed up. It looks good. Definitely can be given as a gift. I like it. So that was a pretty solid find right there for 20 bucks. 114 after fees. This is a good one. So I really padded that one up when I brought that one home. I made sure to put a couple shirts around it. I padded it up, put it in a bag. That was from the San Diego swap meet as well. So, all right, what else we got here? Yeah, Nixon is what it said. Nixon Vega. So that was the watch. All right, so I proceeded into, let me make sure I have this right. I didn't do much reselling in Arizona. I mean, I looked for some thrift stores, but it wasn't at the forefront of anything that I wanted to do, because if you go to Sedona, Arizona, it's beautiful. So I was mountain biking the whole time. We're chasing sunsets, off-roading, like doing all this fun stuff. And it's like thrift stores never got into my mind. Now, when I made it to Colorado, which was a week ago, right? I made it to Colorado, Durango, Colorado, which is southern Colorado. That hustling was absolutely at the forefront of my thought process, besides other stuff that I was doing. Because when you go around Durango, Colorado, you start seeing resale shops and thrift stores and this and that. And there's like there was a pets one, like a pets thrift store. Like all the money goes to like saving the pets. There was like a St. Vincent's or some other weird one. There were multiple pawn shops. There were also these like outdoor exchange type places, which were really neat. One was called Durango Outdoor Exchange. The other one was called like Dan's Thrift Depot or something like that. But either way, like in such a small town, Durango, which is a population of like 16,000 people only, like there was a fair amount of like hustling opportunity. I was like, holy crap, that's pretty nice. And lo and behold, like I bought some of this stuff. So I want to show you some of that stuff here. Okay, so I went to a thrift store. This was $2. This is a Winfield cover San Francisco company all leather hat or suede hat right here, right? You might be thinking, well, why the hell are you freaking hustling that? Because these things in my booth sell for what seems to be a full-blown leather hat like this is going to be 18 plus all day long. So that's good. I'm converting $2 into 18. All I got to do is put it in my SUV, tag it up here in town, throw it in my booth, probably wait a month or two, it'll be gone. So that was a pretty good one. I like that. It was just sitting there on the rack, had no price on it. I was hoping she was going to give it to me for $1, but $2, I'm still going to pop on it. That's good money in my book. So perfect for the booth, all leather hat like this. This is almost like, how do I say it? Not dungaree style, but there's a name for it. It's like Australian outback style hat, like something like this. So anyways, pretty cool. Thought it was decent. I was also at the thrift store. I believe this was $4. Oh, by the way, all that stuff was 25% off too. So $2 really was, you can do the math, that was $1.50. This $4 one right here was $3. This is a Sierra Nevada, or actually no, I paid $4 for this one, sorry. This one definitely was $4. This is a Sierra Nevada Pearl Izumi medium, right? I think it's a women's, it could be a men's, but I don't know, it really doesn't matter. So we have a Sierra Nevada jersey right here, a couple little smudges on the Sierra Nevada part right here and here, nothing crazy. It's a good one. I think I can get 35 for this all day. $4 is what I paid for it after first class rates and everything like that. I really should be able to net about $20, maybe more. I might put it for like $39.99. We'll see. All right. So that's a bike jersey. While we're on the subject of bike jerseys, at another thrift store, I think this was $4 and then 25% off. So this was $3. We got a Fox riding jersey. This is a mountain biking Fox riding jersey right here. So very nice. Could be considered motocross as well. But either way, I'll list it as motocross, MTB. Some women's small. This I could probably get somewhere between 30 and 54 all day. I paid $3 for this one. All right. Yeah, a weird cough. At another thrift store down there, I'll show you some other things. Actually, I'm taking it out of the box right now. This was a really good score right here. So these are marked at $3 a piece, 25% off. You can do the math. Makes it about, what am I looking at? $235. Did I do my math right? $225, something like that. All right, so what did I get? This is a rank 8, okay, in Amazon for whatever category it's in. These are 5-pack DV discs, okay, mini DV discs, 5-pack. Yeah, that's all you gotta know. So there's a scan thing on the side. It came in as rank 8, and they're all new inside, as you can see right there. So each one of these, I think, yields 11 or 12, if I'm not mistaken. So that's pretty good. You know, I got 225 into this one, or 235, whatever it is, you know, selling for 11 or 12 with rank 8. So you can do the math. There's 5 of them right here. It's pretty decent, right? It's like almost 50 bucks. So right there. So that's what's going on through my head. You know, like I sticker it, it's literally going to be gone the very next day. I might go for a very competitive price. That's, you know, whatever. Pretty easy one to do. $1. My wife found this. Who knows what this? Who knows who that character is right there? Come on, come on, come on. Who knows what it is? Let me know. I'm pretty sure Thrifty Treasures knows this one. Yeah. Let me know. It's pretty. I honestly remembered who it was, but my wife was like, "Hey, look, it's this," and I'm like, "Are you sure?" Oh yeah, it really is. You know. So this is just a basic painting or whatever, or not even a painting. I don't even know what it is, but it was $1 with 25% off. So you do the math, and this one's gonna be my booth for somewhere around, I don't know, 16 or 20 bucks. Might be thinking that's so stupid, but don't ask any questions. 16 or 20 really in my booth for something that's this, or Care Bears, or Rainbow Bright, or any of that kind of stuff will sell. In fact, my Rainbow Bright tray is already gone. That was on a previous Bonafide Hustler video. Strawberry shortcake. There we go. That's right. So a lot of you guys and gals knew that. That's really good. Okay. All right. So what's next? After that thrift store, which was a thrift store that was like a pets thrift store, right? I mean, not right next door, but like right down the parking lot, was a Walmart. And so going through the Walmart, buying stuff to leave town to go somewhere else. In Colorado, and so I was just like, I'm just gonna go through the clearance aisle. I'll just take a look, right? That's what you do. I'm looking for certain things like water filters. What am I looking for? Water filters. What have I hustled in the past? There's like so many things you can find in that clearance section, but water filters are one of the better things because they're so niche, however you want to say it, and they just seem to go pretty fast. So I like water filters. I like normal filters, like just regular filters. Things that have to do with like DIY paint stuff or house stuff, like I'll pick that kind of stuff up, or I'll at least look at it. I was surprised to find this there. So this is a Shopkins doll. I bought 3 of these things, but they're not the same. One of them is yielding 12, and each one of these is $4. So I bought 2 of the one that is yielding a lot of good money. So I guess it's these 2 right here. Brighty. Okay, so I picked up 2 Brighties for $4 a piece. Each Brighty sells on Amazon for around 27 after fees. That's pretty good. Rank was like 11 in toys or something like that. This one was a little higher in toys, like 100 something K rank. So yeah, I think still by Christmas this will be gone. Rainbow Kate is the other one for $4 that I picked up. This one's showing 11.70 or so, but these were showing 27 a piece. So that was pretty good. So within 2 stops, I'd made, you know, close to $100 or more than 100. That was a pretty solid pickup. Now, truth be told, 2 years ago, 2 quarter fours ago, I went into Shopkins as heavy as I could. Last year, I went into Shopkins a little light, and I was glad I went a little light. But the year before, I was hustling mystery boxes. There's these little. If you don't know Shopkins, like, first of all, it's a great brand, but they go by like seasons or something like that. Like there's like season 1, season 2, season 3. It's not like Netflix, but or maybe they call them editions. I swear it's called seasons though with Shopkins. So I don't know what season they're up to now. Maybe 8, 6, 4. I have no idea. But certain mystery boxes from each season, which is literally like a mixed mystery box. It's got a barcode on the back. You can find them at Toys R Us every now and then, right? Sometimes at Target. Certain mystery boxes, like the black one, which I think is edition 3, goes for insane money, like insane money. So I was able to find some of those 2 years ago, some mystery boxes. I actually found many dolls, like many of these Shoppies dolls 2 years ago, all right? And there was one, I think one was called Bubbleisha. There was another one called, I don't know, but there was one called Peppermint. I swear I remember this one, Peppa-Mint. And my first Peppermint, it was the hardest to find doll, all right? The hardest to find a Q4. One of my Peppermints sold, and these were $13 and like 40 cents a piece, something around that. at Toys R Us. One of my peppermints, all right, one of them sold for $100. And that was like when there was like no more peppermints. Like there were people like trying to get peppermints sold for like 200 and stuff, and I put one at 100, and it was gone. So my other peppermint, my other one sold for like $179.99. I thought that was like freaking bonkers. But you know, that wasn't the only thing I was hustling that year too. I was hustling like Zoomers and all these other random stuff. But I just remember that when I look at Shopkins and Shoppies, I'm like, oh crap, like, you know, I'm looking for the peppermint, you know. So that's a pretty decent return on that. But yeah, you know, I guess it's still an M thing, but I don't go crazy into it. I tried to go crazy into Shopkins like a year ago. Not crazy, but take a stab at it, and it didn't work out very well. So, you know, you got to find the rare stuff, basically. So anyways, let me make sure. Peppermint, that's right. If you had hustled a peppermint 2 years ago, let me know how that turned out. Like, that was the hardest one to find. I only found 2 of them. Hit the like button. Yeah, please. This is a Cheddar Quest shirt. People are talking about the shirt. Yeah. We sweat, you shop, you shop. Cheddar X Pac-Man shirt. Nice. I know. All right, cool. So, at a thrift store as well, I got this for 25% off. This was $10, so 25% off is $2.50. I bought 2 of these. Now, who knows what this is? Most people should know the application for this. First of all, it says Yakima, right? So you know it's going to have to deal with some sort of a mount or car or something like that. It's a mount that's going to be on a car, or it's a rack or something like that. Yakima, Thule, Kuat, those are all brands that make additions to your car so you can put things on your car without scratching your car, right? So this is a Yakima. I think it's called a powder hound. I think that's the true name to it. Now, powder hounds, they have ski powder hounds, they have snowboard powder hounds. I think this is the ski version, which is essentially the same as the snowboard version. But essentially what it is it goes on the top rails of your car. So, you know, I'd have to twist this up or whatever. But anyways, it goes on your top rails, and it allows you to put the skis, provided your car has rails. You have to get rails put on your car, but most cars have rails, most SUVs. But you put your skis in there, right? And then you lock them down. And then you go wherever you want. You go to Colorado, you go to BC, you go to any place that has awesome ski runs. And then you just unpop it, get your skis out, do your thing, come back, hopefully you're not injured, and then you put your skis back here. Thus removing the skis from being inside your SUV. They're on top of your car now, and that's what a powder hound does. So powder hound, you know, awesome little thing to have. I actually bought this for myself, right? But I might sell them. I'm not 100% sure yet, because I know I got a snowboard trip probably coming in February or something like that. So I don't know if I'm driving to that or if I'm just going to fly and take my Burton bag. But essentially, if I'm going to drive, I wish I had these. So I don't know what I'm going to do with them. But still, I want you guys to know, you know, what a powder hound is. Look around for them. This one, lucky enough to find it with these parts, right? Even though if you don't find it with that, you can still put it on eBay and be like incomplete, blah, blah, blah. People are going to know, oh crap, that's a powder hound. All I got to do is order this part, you know? And a lot of times you're going to find they're not going to have the keys, which is right here. There's a key thing. A lot of times you'll never find a key. I mean, if you find a key to a powder hound, you've likely hustled the powder hound from a garage sale. So anyway, that's the powder hound right there. You need 2 of these, right? By the way, you cannot do this with one. So here's the other one right here, and it goes like that on your roof, and you put your skis on it. Self-explanatory. Or you can put your snowboards on it too. And for me, it would be snowboards. So you're able to put 4 snowboards, I think 8 skis or something like that on these things. Like, they're insane, so helpful. It will save the interior of your car to no end. So that's that right there. Okay, ski rack, yeah, powder hound. That's the official name of the Yakima one. It's called powder hound. Hopefully you can still hear me, by the way. All right, so now from another thrift store, full price, $15. There was no discount on this. Got that backpack right there. It's an internal frame Arc'teryx backpack. Arc'teryx is great. Gregory is good. Kelty is a good brand. Osprey is really good. I'm trying to think of any other ones that I might have left out. Maybe Lowy Alpine. Gregory, did I hear you say that? Okay, so internal frame backpacks. That's what people take on multi-day hikes out to the wilderness, camp with it, everything. Straps your pad on. You can strap your pad on there, your tent to it. You can put your rations, your food, blah blah, all your survival kit stuff, your axe, your shovel, everything goes on this backpack. It straps around your waist, and it also It's strapped around right here, chest strap, but it allows a human being to trek through the wilderness with an extra 40, 60 pounds sometimes, and it distributes the weight on the hips and the shoulder blades. So that's that backpack right there. And I'm not saying buy every single backpack that looks like this, but do your research. Usually every backpack that looks like this will have a brand, and it's going to have sort of the sizing on the front somehow, and it'll be talking about that in liters usually. So if you see like Gregory blah 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 90, like it usually means it's a 90-liter bag. If you see like something that says like a 18L, that's an 18-liter bag, which is very small. This one right here, that's 60, 62-ish, so pretty big. New price of these things somewhere around 300 plus. Used price for me $15. For whoever buys it from me, who knows, like 80 to 100 bucks, something like that. By the way, when we talk about the Powder Hound, which is sitting right here, I bought it for $750. I think the Powder Hound could probably get in used status somewhere around 80 bucks locally, something like that. Because if you don't buy it from, let's say, me, then you have to go to Amazon and buy it, and that's somewhere around 114, sometimes 160. Like, so, don't sell yourself short if you have good stuff, especially when it's like right before the winter time. So anyway, yeah, so that's the Powder Hound right there. Hopefully you're enjoying this video. Like, I'm just doing this because I want to show you this stuff. I'm really doing this because I want to process this crap and get it out of here. But I figured, since my YouTube channel is built upon reselling, like, why not show you guys everything I'm reselling, right? So that's a Powder Hound right there. Now I'm going to leave this broadcast with 2 more finds. I always look around when I do these videos because I'm always missing something. Every single time I miss showing you guys something, every single time. So I'm looking around a lot. That's why I look around, because I'm trying to make sure that you guys get everything, but inevitably something will slip through the cracks. It's kind of like when you use the dryer and you look for like that last sock that matches with the sock that you have in your hand. You can't find it. You're like, what the hell happened? But the sock is somewhere, right? Right? The sock monster took it. It's somewhere in the house, but it has mysteriously vanished. And that's how it is for these shows. Like, there's always something that's amazing that has mysteriously vanished that will just reappear literally after I put the stop broadcast button. I'm like, oh my God, I forgot to show that thing. So anyway, I'm gonna show you something that I am gonna keep, okay? I found this at a store. I'm gonna show you this because this is a way to decorate your house and still be able to move this thing for full price or more when I'm done with it. If I hate this thing, or one day I move to another house and I decide not to bring this thing, then I can sell this for more money or the same, but probably more. So what we have is just some random art right here. I like it because I'm in Texas. I found this in Durango, Colorado on Main Street in a store. Asking price was like $270. Anything that was on the table was like, what was it? 80% off, I think, on the table. I found this buried under the table somewhere. And I was like, holy crap, that's pretty cool. So who knows what this is, right? No one knows what this is. It's just freaking, welding art, whatever you call it. It's not trench art because no soldier built this thing, but it's like, it's not folk art. It's just art. Like, it's just welded art. So we have a bicycle seat right here, which is probably some random Schwinn seat just by looking at it. But it's been lacquered, looks like protected from all the elements. It looks good. Someone welded a bicycle handlebar, which is crazy because they didn't weld it straight. It's a little bit crooked. But anyways, doesn't matter. Like, what is this? It reminds you of a, cool little longhorn piece or a steer or something. And it's got the wall mounts right there. So we're going to be putting this in my house because I love bikes, of course. I own many. And it's just interesting. I'm from Texas, so it looks pretty interesting. With bike seat and handlebars, I know, right? It's just art. I like this part. This part's all Terminator, T2-ish, If you've seen T2, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you see the resemblance right here. I know. So people are saying coat rack, hat rack. This is going to go somewhere where it's just, I like having a house full of interesting kind of things. And so this is definitely going to go in the caliber of interesting. We've got other things as well, but like this was one of the ones. Out the door was like 62 bucks or something. And I really do believe if I was to put this in my booth right now, I could sell this thing for like 100 bucks, like all freaking day, because it's odd. You're never going to find it again. Like, it's just one of those things. It's nearly an impulse buy, and someone would buy this thing. Guaranteed. I know my market that well. So I know. Maybe I should get into making these things. So that was pretty good. Someone said it's a Brooks saddle. I don't know. The rails don't look like Brooks to me. They look more like a vintage Schwinn saddle, but maybe I'm wrong. So pretty cool. All right, last find. Now, I'm going to tell you about a big fail I had, okay? I had a fail at the Durango Outdoor Exchange. Now, for people that are watching this show that don't know what the Durango Outdoor Exchange is, like I said earlier, there are some thrift stores in Durango that are kind of like, this one's very themed. This one's just outdoor stuff only, like mountain biking products, blah, 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 like camping goods, like down jackets, trucker hats, bikes, canoes, inflatable kayaks, like all this cool stuff at Durango Outdoor Exchange. In fact, out of all the stores there, it was my favorite, but I messed up solid on one hustle that I could have bought, and I was like, by the time I made the decision to buy it, it was gone. It really pissed me off. But what led me to go find my place in that, how do I say it? When I went there, right, the first time, I was like looking around, I was like, so cool. And there was a Trek Fuel mountain bike, with a full suspension mountain bike for $130, right? And I thought about it, I thought about it for a day, and I was like, you know what, like that's probably a pretty decent hustle. So the very next day, and I'm thinking in my head, like I could probably sell it in my town for like $300, right? But I have to get it back to my town. So I disassemble the thing a little bit, make it sure it doesn't scratch my interior of my car. Because I had shown up to Durango with a two bike rack, which my wife's bike and my bike was on it. So if I'm going to hustle a bike from there, it better be something worth my time. And I'm either going to strap it to the roof of my SUV, or I'm going to put it in the SUV somehow, but I had to disassemble it considerably. So I went to the Durango Exchange. I saw this Trek Fuel for a day. I was like, you know what, I probably should buy it. So I go back and I'm going to look at it, right? And I'm looking at it and I'm like, the shock's not working, like the rear shock's not working. And I decide, you know what, this is far gone. This bike's toast. But I see this other bike, right? There's another bike called a Kona Jake. The Kona Jake is like a cyclocross bike that can be used as like an urban commuter. It was marked at $325. It was in great condition. So I'm like, oh my God, a Kona Jake, that's pretty good. I could probably get, $400, $500. And my wife was hurrying me up, which is, I think, the part that kind of screwed everything up. But my wife's like, don't make it too long. Let's go. We have other things to do in Colorado. So I'm like, all right, I'll just look it up tonight at dinner, Kona Jake, Craigslist, Across the Nation, and see what Across the Nation shows. Plus, I'll do a search in Austin for cyclocross bikes. There wasn't a single cyclocross bike in Austin, Texas for like less than $500, like less than $500. And that's when I realized, holy crap, I need to go back and get that Jake. But it was dinner time. So I go back the next morning and it was gone. I was like, dude, that really pissed me off, because I knew that Kona Jake would have sold for like $500 or $600, thus yielding me a solid profit of about $250. So I was kind of ticked off about that. So because I was ticked off about that, I decided to go, you know what? I did see a find in a pawn shop prior that I was like, could be an interesting flip. I think I'm just going to pull the trigger on it. And I think it was a good buy. I'm pretty sure it was definitely a good buy. That find is right here. Who wants to guess what that find is? Now, if you're in the green room, you do know what it is. But who wants to guess what I found at a pawn shop for $64, 63 and some change? All right, I brought it back to Austin. Yes, it took some room in my SUV. But it's here, and it's on the ground. And it's pretty cool. Like, I like it a lot, but I'm not going to keep it. It belongs in my booth, and I'm probably going to ask around $200 to $250 for it. Something around those lines. What do you think it is? Let me know. Take a guess real quick. We got 47 viewers. So, give me some guesses. After about 10 guesses, I'm going to show it to you guys. Matthew Dresner says it's a hookah. It's not a hookah. It's very Colorado-ish. All right. So what do you think it is? It's very Colorado-ish. It's a board. It's a bike. It's a skateboard. No. Let me know. I'm going to take like 6 more guesses. Come on. We got people here. Type it in. Type your guess in. A parking meter. Oh, that would have been a good one, though. I've hustled 2 or 3 of those in my booth already, and those are great. Keep going. And by the way, if you find a parking meter, like that's one of the most amazing things to hustle. Like even if you didn't have a booth, you could definitely move that thing. MTM, I don't know what MTM is. A saddle, an MTB, a mountain bike. No, snowboard, skis. It's very Colorado. Okay. Ooh, we're getting close. We Sweat U Shop says it's a buffalo skull. All right, so it is something like that. You want to go? Oh, Melissa Francis knows. All right, so this is what it is. Not a skull. It would be kind of sick if it was a skull. All right, it would be kind of like, that's kind of gross. I'll show you what it is, and you tell me, all right, what you think this is worth in your town. What do you guys think? Oh, look at that. Can someone believe? Look, $63. Hey guys, did I do good? Did I do well on this hustle or what? Dude, right? Look at this thing. Yeah, it's real too. Like I've seen that you can almost see the bone marrow in some of the things. There's a couple little chips, but it's not that bad. What do you guys think? I thought this was killer, man. I was like, holy crap. So it was marked at 85 bucks. And here's one thing you gotta know about pawn shops, guys, is the price is almost never the price that you pay. All right. It's just like a garage sale. If you're willing to haggle, 64, he sold it to me for 60 plus tax, and I paid 63 and some change for this. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah. So who knows what kind of horns these are, or antlers, I guess. Thought it was pretty killer. 200 bucks is what Rebel Scum says. These are elk antlers. All right, and they've been polished too, so that's even better. So they're a little bit more protected from water than most things. Roots Radical 808 says, wow, I'd want to keep that. Yeah, this is pretty killer. I had a completely not lacquered single antler in my booth sell for like 75 bucks, and it was beat to hell. In fact, you do see it when you pick it up in one of the ride-alongs. I got paid 10 or 15 for that. Sold it for like 73, 75 after fees in my booth, and it was a junky antler. Like it was perforated, it was like never taken care of, thrown out in the sunlight. It was like rough, felt like sandpaper. This thing is smooth. It's got a mount. It's crazy. Yeah, and it's not even that big of an elk one. Like I've seen some bigger ones in some of the stores there. So I'm thinking 200, 250. So this made me feel a little bit better about the bike thing. You should never, if you miss a hustle, go, oh my God, that's it. Now I got to revenge hustle this thing. I got to revenge hustle and make a profit. Like it just so worked out that I happened to see this like the day before at a pawn shop, and I was like, all right, it's 85 bucks. It's still a good hustle. Like I don't know if I want to take that, because my thought process was I'd much rather bring a bike home, right, than a pair of antlers. So, it was a little bit of a revenge hustle, but that's okay. Like it definitely worked out. Man, the best part about this is after I bought it for 63 or 64 bucks, whatever it was, I went to Don's Depot Exchange, blah, 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 and he had a pair of antlers there that were like totally junked out, like 150, and they looked smaller than this, no lacquer on them, and he was asking 150. So I was like, damn, I know I did well. So they're pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna remember this one for a while, for sure. I thought it was a pretty good one. So there we go. I'll put it down gently. That's it. So yeah, definitely not going to go to eBay on that. Someone says I see one for sale for $199.99. Definitely not going to do that. So going to be in my booth, probably ground level, right? I would love to hang these things, but by the time someone plays with it or whatever, it runs the risk of crashing to the ground. I don't want that, so I'll probably put them on the ground, or at least I'll zip tie them to something that's in the booth, like probably one of my wire shelves or something. That way people can look at it, touch it, but they can't play around with it like I just did. So that's good. So that's pretty much my finds from my trip. I purchased these finds because I had an SUV with me. If I was just flying, I wouldn't have been able to do this or even consider any of the bike hustles or anything like that. I'd have to focus on much smaller things, and at that point, a lot of times I don't really think of hustling that much when I fly somewhere, because I'm just like, I got to find small things to bring back. That sucks. But since I had my SUV with me, it was a little different. Like I was just like, oh, you know what? I can write off the trip in many ways this time. And one of the ways I'm definitely going to do it was through reselling. And the other way is through my private label product, which I took shots in completely different landscapes and stuff. So that was cool. But that's essentially what I got for you guys today. I aim to do a video nearly every day of the week, Monday through Friday, just even if it's a short one, I don't care. Definitely want to turn over a new leaf and do some good things with the Bonafide Hustler channel. If you have any questions about this stuff that you see here on the video, or if you need more clarification, or maybe you got a hustle, and I get this a lot, but on Facebook, people are kind of proud of their hustles that they might have learned from my channel, or maybe someone else's channel, but they kind of sit there and go, well, you talk about it a lot, so I want to show you what I did, or what I found. Please hit me up on Bonafide Hustler Facebook and share your story with me. I would love to see it. But that's pretty much it. And yeah, if you wanted to grab a official Bonafide Hustler right there, you see it right there, official Bonafide Hustler merchandise, you can get that down below. It's one of the links down below. Definitely check out the other styles, because if this isn't your style, I'm pretty sure one of the other ones will be your style. And I've ordered them myself, and they're pretty good. I am wearing a large. It's a little on the gymboree side, you know, if you know what I'm talking about, little mediums. But no, it's a large, feels good. I tend not to dry my shirts, so they fit just fine all the time. But I like this one a lot. You're going to see this on garage sale ride-alongs. I love it because it's ambiguous, but you know, it represents all the ride-alongs I've done. So there it is, a little Pac-Man Cheddar Quest shirt. That's pretty much it. So I hope these videos are helping you guys. If you have any more suggestions or anything, or triumphs, or even constructive criticism for my channel, please put it down below. I would love to see it. I gotta get to Costco and make some food purchases, but I'll see you on the next Bonafide Hustler video. Take it easy. Goodbye.